In this video, we are going to discuss about electronic mail and the protocols which makes this electronic mail possible. So one of the very important protocol of email, SMTP, and one of the very important retrieval protocol, POP3, and IMAP, and the ASCII conversion, MIME. So the objectives of this particular video is to explain the architecture of email using 4 scenarios. So 4 basic scenarios which we use in our day-to-day life. To explain the user agent, services provided by it, and 2 types of user agents are there that we are going to discuss. And we are going to discuss about the mechanism of sending and receiving emails. And we are going to introduce you the role of message transfer agent in simple mail, and transfer protocol, that is SMTP as a formal protocol, and MTA. So another important objective is like to explain email transfer phase, and we are going to discuss about message access agent along with POP3 and IMAP. So how to access message? So this comes under the email retrieval part. So when it comes to that, how POP3 and IMAP performs, this we are going to discuss. And we are going to discuss about MIME. So MIME, how it is going to convert other forms of like data or other formats of data into ASCII. And we are going to discuss about web-based email. I think web-based email is not there for us, so we are going to discuss till MIME. We are going to discuss till MIME. So now we'll see. This one is our chapter outline. So architecture, user agent. We are going to talk about message transfer agent, message access agent. So under message transfer agent, we are going to discuss about POP and IMAP. So we are going to discuss MIME. So till MIME, we are going to discuss here. So we'll see what is the architecture. So to explain this architecture, we are going to follow 4 scenarios. These 4 scenarios will start from simple mail transfer till a mail agent, till a user or client is connected to a LAN or WAN. Okay, so it is going to follow some different scenarios. There are 4 scenarios here. So here we are going to discuss about scenario 1. First scenario is very simple. There are 2 users. One is Bob and another one is Alice. Okay, so Alice, I think Alice is the sender and Bob is the receiver. But here, the simple scenario is like both are belonging to the same mail server, or both are connected to the same mail server. Very simple. Let us assume something like this. In Savitha Engineering College, we run our own SMTP server. Let it be like this. We are running our own mail server. Assume like this. And a sender as well as the receiver. Okay, sender is me, receiver is my students. Both are having a mail account from same Savitha, server. Okay, mail server. So this is the scenario. So user agent of sender as well as user agent of receiver, both are belonging to the same mail server, and access will become very easy. Okay, so user agent of Alice, it actually help the Alice or the client to create the email, and once it is done, it passes the email to the mail server, and from the mail server it reaches the receiver. Very simple scenario. This is the first scenario. The first scenario is nothing but both the users are present in the same mail server or connected to the same mail server. Okay, so next one is the second scenario. Okay, so in the second scenario, sender probably like sender and the receiver are connected to a different mail server. Okay, sender is having his own mail server. Let it be like this. Sender belongs to gmail.com, receiver belongs to yahoo.com. Okay, so Gmail and Yahoo Mail. So how the transfer happens? So user agent of the client, it is going to access the user resources. Okay, the message is stacked, and then it is going to contact the MTA, message transfer agent of client. Okay, from the mail server of client. Okay, let it be like this happens at the Gmail side. Then the client is responding or connecting towards internet, or it is connected with internet, and now this particular request is given to the message transfer agent of the server. Okay, so let it be this is yahoo.com. Okay, Yahoo Mail, and again it goes to the process, and then it goes back to the user agent of Bob, and then it reaches Bob. Okay, so this is the second scenario. The third scenario is something like this. The user 1 or Alice is connected using LAN or WAN. Okay, she is inside a local network. Okay, and then she is through the local network, she is connected to the internet. Okay, let it be like this. This is the exact scenario what we used to do in our college. Okay, so I have been connected to the college Wi-Fi or local area network connection, and then I am trying to access email. Okay, I am the sender, my receiver is somewhere around the globe. Okay, so now here there are three important things. Okay, so one is the client, and another one is the mail server. Okay, so here what happens is like there are few entities have been used. Okay, so user agent, message transfer agent, and we can see here, just a minute. So the user agent, okay, using the message transfer agent of the client, it reaches to MTA server. From the MTA server, it is connected to the intermediary MTA client. Okay, that is nothing but actual mail server. Okay, so first one is the MTA server is a server which is directly connected with the organization. Then it is connected to the actual mail server. Let it be like Gmail server. Okay, so there are two mail servers. Okay, there are two MTAs and two mail servers at the client side itself. Okay, right? Then the actual MTA of the client is going to contact through internet to the respective mail server of the receiver. Okay, so now let it be like Yahoo Mail. Okay, so now Yahoo Mail is accessed, and from there I can reach to Bob, who is the receiver. Okay, using the user agent of Bob, yes, he can able to, yes, decode the mail. So now, in this case, when a sender is connected to a mail server via LAN or WAN, we need to use two user agents and two pairs of MTAs, okay, at the client as well as at the server side. Okay, this is the third scenario. And fourth scenario. So in this case, both the sender as well as receiver are connected using a LAN or a WAN. Okay, so now what happens here? Okay, so now we need two pair of user agents, and we need MTAs, and also we need something called mail access agent. Okay, we need something called mail access agent. So now you can see here, as usual, the client request is going to the MTA client. Okay, again the MTA client is forwarding the request to MTA server, that is nothing but first internal server. From there it is reaching the actual MTA client of the mail server. Okay, so otherwise I can say this is Gmail. Okay, from there it is connected through internet and it reaching the mail server, MTA server, and from there it is going to reach MAA, message access server. Okay, message access server or message access agent server. Okay, from the message access agent server it is going to message access agent client. Okay, so there, from there it reaches the user agent of Bob, and finally Bob can receive the email. Okay, so here the scenario is little different. Okay, so we are actually going to use two user agents, two pairs of MTAs, and two pairs of message access agents at both client side as well as at the server side. Okay, so these are the common situations when we use our mail. Okay, so first scenario where first scenario is something like this. So in our first scenario, yes, we had both client and receiver, or a sender and the receiver are accessing the same server. And the second scenario, client and the sender and the receiver are connected to a different mail servers. In the third scenario, sender is connected using a local WAN or LAN to his own tail server, but the receiver is connected to the server directly. And in the fourth scenario, both the sender and the receiver are connected to the main server or mail server through a local area network connection, okay, or WAN connection. Okay, so these are the four scenarios. Next one is the operations of agents. Okay, so what operation is performed? There are two operations actually performed when we access email. One is called push operation and another one is called pull operation. So when an MTA client, okay, connects to MTA server, then it sends the request through a message called push message. Okay, whenever MTA client connects MTA server, then it is called push message. And whenever MAA client connects with MAA server, that is nothing but message access agent client, message access agent server. So whenever message access agent is communicating with MAA server, then it is pull operation. So what happens here is it is actually requesting for a particular content, and it gets back the response. So this operation is otherwise called as pull operation or pull message. Okay, and one more important thing is this email, right? It runs on top of TCP/IP. Okay. Now we'll talk about user agent. So what is an user agent? Okay, the first component of electronic mail system is called user agent. It provides services to the user and makes the process of sending and receiving easier. And the services provided by user agent we are going to discuss here, and the user agent types, and how to send a mail and how to retrieve a mail. Okay, this is what we are going to discuss here. So now we'll see what is the format of email. So the format of email is very simple. So email will be having an envelope. It is going to have a header and body of the content. So header and the body of the content is all together called as a message. Okay. So whenever we compose, right? So your email should have a header, and you can watch, right? Whenever you send an email, you can see from, to, date, and subject. So this is called header. And then body of the content is nothing but whatever we type in the body of the content portion. Okay, and then envelope is going to carry the email addresses of the sender as well as email addresses of the receiver. So you can see in the right hand side, so mail from Feruzon at deanza.edu, and reception received to firouz at net.edu. So this is the envelope, and header you can see from Feruzon, and two is Feruz some like X. Date is like some date is given there, and subject is given there. Subject is network, and body of the content is whatever we type. So this is the format of email. Okay. And email address, yes, email address contains two important part. One is called local part, and another one is called domain name. Okay. So next we'll talk about message transfer agent. So the actual mail transfer is done through a message transfer agent. To send mail, a system must have a client MTA. To receive a mail, a system must have a server MTA. So this is two pair. Okay, so it is pair, it is acting together. So one is going to push and another one is going to pull me the message, okay, or mail. Okay, so this is called push-pull operation. Now we'll see what we are going to discuss here. So we are going to discuss about commands and responses and mail transfer phases under this particular topic. So we'll see how this MTA is going to work. So Alice wants to send the data to Bob, and using SMTP, right, Alice is going to work. So now you can see here, Alice is connected through a LAN or WAN. So yes, again, from Alice to the mail server, this WAN or LAN connection is one SMTP connection. From the mail server to the next mail server, it is another SMTP connection. So, but here the communication between sender and the receiver, it takes place through your MTA. Okay, so this is the major purpose of MTA, and this figure shows the SMTP range also. Next, commands and responses. So MTA client is going to send command, and MTA server is going to give some responses. Okay, so what are the commands? So initially, right, MTA client is going to send a hello, and there are few keywords used here. Your first keyword is going to be hello. Second one is mail from, and received to, data, quit, reset, verify, and there are few more commands: noop, turn, expand, help, send from, smol from, okay, so smal from. So there are few commands to be used here, and we can see the response messages with code also, right? So the all the messages, it is similar to your HTTP. All the messages starting with 200 are called success codes or positive codes, and 354 is the start mail input, so it is going to show the mail initiation. 400 is called transient negative completion reply, and 500 codes are called permanent negative codes. Okay, so this is about your responses, and now we can see the connection establishment. Okay, so now MTA server is going to send 220 service ready, and then MTA client is going to send an hello packet. Okay, and it is going to give you the header, and then again MTA is going to give 250 OK. Okay, so this is how it is going to transfer. And next you can see the entire transfer of mail. Okay, so first one you can see here, from the client mail, it is going to send mail from Feruzon at deanza.edu. For that, MTA server is going to give you 250 OK, and mail client is going to send RCPT2, the reception mail ID. Again, MTA will give you 250 OK, and then client is going to send the data, and MTA server is going to give you 354 start mail input command, and again client is going to send from, and it is going to send the to, which is nothing but uh, this is called as header, and then date and network. So this is the header is transmitted. After that there is a blank line, okay, then it is going to transmit the body of the content, and finally the message transfer agent of the server is sending a 250 OK message. Okay, this is how it is going to happen. Okay, so first envelope is transmitted, then header is transmitted, and third body of the content is transmitted. So this is the interaction happens between the MTA client and MTA server through message transfer agent. Okay. So next, connection termination. So after successfully sending the mail, so connection or log out, right? So connection termination happened. So MTA client sends a quit message and 221 service closed. Okay, this is responded by MTA server. Okay. So that's it, friends. So this is all about email, and we discussed about user agent. We discussed about different scenarios with email using SMTP, and we discussed about user agent. We discussed about MTA client. Okay. And also we are going to continue and discuss about message access agent. So the first and the second stages of mail delivery uses SMTP. So however, SMTP is not involved in the third stage because SMTP is push protocol. So the push the message from the client to the server. In other words, the direction of the bulk data is from the client to the server side. So SMTP is going to stop from the halfway. So pull for pull or accessing, we need other protocols. So what we are going to discuss under this is like we are going to discuss about two important protocol, POP3 and IMAP. Okay, so POP3 is called Post Office Protocol 3, and IMAP is another protocol which is going to act as a message access agent. Okay, so yes, we are going to discuss about POP3 and IMAP in the next video. Thank you, friends.